Hello and welcome back to Talk It Up MTG. I'm Zoe.
I'm Rob.
Today we're going to be going over the core set 2021 spoilers, and we're going to start with the Planeswalker decks. Just get them out of the way, because
we don't need to focus on this.
Nobody's going to buy them. Nobody cares. I'm glad it's only in the core sets though. That they've confirmed it's only the core sets that they're doing this. Which I'm
that's
happy
from
for.
now on now? Okay, cool.
I believe it was from Theros Beyond Death and Beyond.
Okay, all right. That is actually very relieving news because
only the core sets are going to have
the
the Planeswalker decks. Yeah, no, let's put shitty Planeswalkers into the secondary market, guys. Pick up the wrong Oko today.
And that's the thing. The good Planeswalkers are so good, they make these look kind of inferior, like completely bad.
They're always like 6 mana, but let's go over them real quick.
Yeah, so let's start off with the new white Planeswalker coming in this set. He is from Amonkhet. His name is Basri.
Yeah.
Ket. We'll talk about his actual card later, but here's his Planeswalker card, which is 6 mana, 4 loyalty. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, gains vigilance. Whenever a creature attacks this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. They're decent effects. The creatures you control get +2/+2 in game flying.
For a -6 though.
Yeah. Well, he starts off at 4, so 2 times and then ult.
Yeah, it is out of kill spell range, so.
Yeah, but it's just until end of turn. Which
it's a shittier overrun.
Yeah, you'll hear the wave of disappointment in our voices throughout the Planeswalker packs because we were talking about them earlier. They're just not good.
Yeah,
not useful. All right, I won't crap on it too much. Here, we'll move on to so Basri, he has his Basri's Angels. Put a counter on up to 2 target creatures, and you search for him. Is it worth it at 4 mana to get that Planeswalker?
No. even for a card for a Planeswalker deck, 4 mana is not worth it for that search ability. On a sorcery, no less.
I know. It's just disappointing.
Don't worry. When we get to the main set, it's not going to be like this. Okay. Next we have Sigiled Contender, 3 and a white for a 3/3. He has lifelink as long as he has a +1/+1 counter on him.
Okay. We've talked about it now. I mean, actually, as an uncommon for 4 mana 3/3, no.
But dude, you could use Basri to give him a counter and he'll have lifelink.
Or I could put my counter on something else.
That will already have lifelink. Adherent of Hope, 1 and a white. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control a Basri Planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Well, we'll see if I control the actual Basri cat.
Yeah.
And it's still not good. Yeah.
For 2 mana.
We're not getting the Basri tribal decks. So
I mean, if we could have Chandra Tribal from Core Set 2020 or 2019, I forget. If we could have that, then again, they were good Planeswalkers, so
3 in the same set. Insane. In addition to all the other Chandras that there were six Chandras in Standard at one point?
Oh Lord, oh my God. Let's move on to the Fairies Planeswalker deck.
Yes, the new blue Planeswalker replacing Jace. in the Guild Pact here.
So they're still calling themselves the Guild Pact, as it were?
No,
Oath Watch.
Oath Watch. There we go. Yeah, Gate Watch.
Yeah, Gate Watch. There we go.
We get there.
Yeah, well, we got there. We got there. But no, so he's gonna be the new blue in the Gate Watch.
Which
he's not necessarily a new guy, but he's new to this crew.
Yeah, and super powerful, and well, not this card, but
yeah, no, not this one. 4 and 2 blue for 4 loyalty, +1 draw card. -3. Put a creature on top of its owner's library.
Yeah, token eliminator, but
his -8 is kind of interesting. Each creature target opponent controls phases out until the end of your next turn. They can't phase in.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is something that they did keep exclusively to Teferi, at least.
I'm glad we didn't get phasing as a full-on mechanic coming back. It's only Teferi doing it.
Yes, thank God. Unless something was released today. We haven't looked at the spoilers yet for today. So
yeah, at the time of recording, it's Tuesday. So
it's the last day of it. We'll see what comes up. But so let's see the Teferi's Wavecaster.
It's a Merfolk Wizard, 3/3 for 3 and 2 blue. Flash. Ooh, for 5 mana flash. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library and/or graveyard for the shitty Teferi. Reveal it and put it in your hand.
Yeah, I wish that these were actually just search for, just a Teferi Planeswalker.
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
These would be... This would honestly make this worth buying completely, if that was the case.
It would be like the War of the Spark. It would be like the War of the Spark cards that said blah, 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 Planeswalker. Well, they've had cards like that over time since the Planeswalker decks have come out in the sets, where it's like, oh, if you control a Chandra Planeswalker, for example, or a whatever Planeswalker, then... But it's like, to search for the specific Planeswalker for all of these search cards, by the way, not just Wavecaster, but...
Yeah, it takes away from their power so much.
And it being a rare, just if you're going to put it in your rare folder and someone looks at it, they're like, really? This is in your rare folder?
Can't be proud of this.
Anyway, so we're going to go to Historian of Zhalfir.
So when it attacks, it's 4 mana 3/3. When Historian of Zhalfir attacks, if you control it's a Teferi Planeswalker, draw a card. Now,
I mean,
it's an attack trigger. It's essentially a worse version of Uro for 1 more mana. Yeah. Again, they could have done something here. Yeah, whenever you draw, so Mystic Skyfish, whenever you draw your second card each turn, Mystic Skyfish gains flying until end of turn.
Why not just give it like a prowess trigger and then have it already have flying?
Yeah, seeing that we have Sprite Dragon in standard already that has flying and haste and prowess.
This is an objectively shittier prowess.
Yeah. Again, over it.
Whatever. All right, now.
We need to stop hating so hard on these. I realize
we really do. This is just really starting off on a really fiery note. This is just let's just go over them and be like more. Let's be more indifferent.
We'll get to the fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to the good stuff in a minute. But Liliana Death Mage, 4 and 2 black for loyalty.
Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's not a bad +1.
No, that's not bad at all, actually. -3, destroy a creature. Its controller loses 2 life. I've seen worse.
Yeah, not a bad ability. -7, target opponent loses 2 life for each creature card in their graveyard. So I'll say this. If this was at 4 mana instead of 6 mana with these abilities, yeah, I would actually play this Liliana. Because that +1 is actually really good.
You know what I noticed as a funny trend when I've looked at Liliana Planeswalkers, include the most objectively not bad not as bad of the Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers has been Liliana.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, her abilities just kind of go for it. They work for her.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even in the past with Planeswalker decks that have had Liliana Planeswalker decks, like, I've noticed they're like the least bad out of the ones that you can compare them to for that set. So for that set's Planeswalker decks. So
all right, you know what? Respect, Queen.
Let's go. Although I guess she's gonna go under a different name, from what I heard in the lore. After after controlling Nicol Bolas's undead horde in Ravnica, I'd go under a different name too. Anyway,
we get it. All right, so let's see what they have for her. So Liliana Scorn is 3 and 2 black. It's a sorcery, destroy target creature, and you may tutor her up from your library or graveyard and put it into your hand. So at 5 mana, okay, that's not the best.
It's not that great.
Yeah. Again, this is one of those times when I wish that we had a different Planeswalker. However, I will say this is 5 mana and Liliana Deathmage is 6. So you tutor her up, you will be able to cast her the next turn, hopefully, having that 6 mana come down.
Oh yeah, you could do it. Like, if you're on curve and you have your land drops right, you could search up for this, maybe destroy whatever creature has been bugging you for the past 4 turns, and then and then play her next turn.
Yeah, it won't see play, but
Liliana Scrounger.
Yes, at the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you may put a loyalty counter on a Liliana Planeswalker you control.
Why aren't more of them like this?
Yeah, this is actually good.
Something I would use.
And I mean, there are enough Liliana Planeswalkers out there, and they've all been mono black, that you could make a deck without a problem with exclusively Liliana Planeswalkers.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we talked about a minute ago the Chandra tribal, but you could still do Liliana tribal if you want to.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to keep this in mind.
And at 3 mana, as a 3/2, it's decent. Why can't more of these cards be like this?
You know what? Okay. Respect, Scrounger. Respect.
All right. Respect. Let's see the last card of this.
All right, Spite of Malevolence. 1 in the black for a 2/1 spirit. When Spirit of Malevolence dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So
I wish it was you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Otherwise, it would have been awesome.
Yeah, that'd be amazing for Commander at that point.
For a lot of formats, actually, like.
Yeah.
Well, no, like you said, Commander. Yeah, Commander's the main multiplayer format. So, yeah.
But
I get what this is designed for, but still.
It's basically the inverse of Cauldron Familiar, which is 1 black, and it loses it when it enters the battlefield, they lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. However, it doesn't have that recursion, so
you can't sacrifice the food to get it back.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
All right, you've just been outclassed, sir. Okay, let's go ahead and move it on then to Chandra Flames Catalyst, which is 4 and 2 red. New Chandra.
Hey, 5 she loyalty. Has an art where her hair is not on fire this time.
Yeah, I like the stance. Looks fierce. I like I actually like the artwork on this one.
Yeah. So
them legs. Ah.
She already has more loyalty counters than the other ones that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
6 mana for 5 loyalty, so that's decent.
Solid. That plus one deals 3 damage to each opponent. All right, that's solid. That is a shock per person, and I'm cool with that. That's actually good for Commander.
Yeah, I was gonna say that alone, I probably would use her in a mono red whatever aggro deck, or any red aggro deck actually. Minus two.
You may cast target red or instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. If that spell will be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. Flashback?
Huh. Yeah.
I like flashback.
I like flashback. Flashback's good for a -2.
Yeah, that means you'll be able to do it twice before it dies.
Exactly. It's not a -3. -8. You discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Until end of turn, you can cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost.
Okay. You know what?
This is the best Planeswalker from the Planeswalker deck so far.
Yeah. Yeah, screw you, Bassery. Screw you, Teferi. You were good, Lily.
Liliana's okay.
Yeah. I gotta finish reading Garruk in a second too, but Chandra, Flames Catalyst. All right. You've proven me wrong.
You know what? Don't disappoint me with your deck cards.
Let's see what they got here. All right, approved. So Chandra's Firemaw, 3 and 2 red. It's a Hellion. It's a 4/2. Okay. With haste. And when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library or graveyard for a card named Chandra Flames Catalyst and put it in your hand. So, you know what? That's if you're running the Flames Catalyst, this is a good addition, I guess. But I actually wouldn't mind running the Flames Catalyst. I can see it as a high end to maybe not a mono red deck, but a green red deck.
Yeah, I could see that.
Run something in Gruul, that would work.
Yeah, straight up.
And that would make this actually really nice at 5 mana, 4/2 with haste.
Yeah, the haste is what gets it for me, you know.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. Yeah. All right, so let's...
Carol Keep Disciples.
So 4 mana, 4/3. It's a monk, human. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a Chandra Planeswalker, Carol Keep Disciples deals 1 damage to each opponent. I will say this. It's an additional point of burn. At 4 mana. It's not at 4 mana, 4/3 is just not that good. Like the stats itself aren't good enough to support the ability, which the ability isn't bad.
Yeah, no, the ability is pretty good. It's just it's not a big enough body. You could easily, if this was Commander, easily lightning bolt it.
Exactly.
You know.
That's always a question. Is it in bolt range?
Yep.
So we'll see. All right, and Stormcaller. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each opponent.
2 in a red for a 3/2.
Yeah, and this is common bulk, which I'll say the same already for Wildwood Patrol since I'm looking at it right now. 4/2 trample. Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way right now. That's both. That's a both common. No one's gonna use that.
All right, yeah, we'll just move that right along, and let's get to Big Daddy Garruk, the Savage Herald.
Garruk is back. He was cured and thrown to Veldrain of his curse of the Veil, and he's back as the green Planeswalker. I guess Nissa doesn't want to do it anymore, and Vivian's just fucking about in Ikoria.
So I'm cool with. Let her do her thing, girl. So Garruk Savage Herald. Well, it's good to see you back. He's still big. He's still bad. 6 mana, 5 loyalty, just like Chandra.
Okay, for sure.
Big power. Let's see. +1. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it in your hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom. Oh, the fact that you have to put it on the bottom is disappointing.
Yeah. It's like either take it or bottom it. That is a little. At least put it back on top, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, give me the choice there.
Give me the scry. Give me the scry, though.
Exactly, at a +1. All right, so let's see the -2. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. So we have a couple of cards in Standard that do that. We have Rabid Bite, Thrash Threat, and Ram Through. All
there's a lot of fight.
Yeah, there's enough instants and sorceries doing it that I just don't see this being very useful.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this one did not live up to Chandra or Lily. Let's see.
Garuk. Come on,
-7.
Come on.
-7. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain. You may have this creature assign its combat damage as though it were unblocked. Okay, so this is that upgraded version of, well, the green version of Unblockable.
Yeah. I've always been confused. I've always not liked the green version of Unblockable.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, what? It's a little confusing here and there, but
yeah, this is just not
just
really
give us the overrun back.
Yeah, give us overrun. Keep it classic. Keep it easy.
Come on, man. Garuk, you didn't live up. I'm sorry, bro. You didn't live up to Chandra. Just let's see the rest of the cards.
All right,
Chandra and Lily are the MVPs right now.
All right, so let's move it to his War Steed. Since the Planeswalker himself isn't worth grabbing, let's see if this will be. So 5 mana, 3/5 Vigilance, Rhino, and it searches for him. Yeah, not good. I know we were trying to not shit on these things, but we're still shitting on them, and I kind of don't feel bad, honestly. But anyway. Hey, we were nice to Chandra. We have said some good things.
Yeah, Lily was good, pretty decent too. Predatory Worm, 3 of green for a 4/4 Vigilance. It gets +2/+2 as long as you control a Garuk Planeswalker.
So 6/6 for 4 if you control a Garuk.
Why are these creatures have Vigilance and not Trample?
Yes,
for
seriously.
Green. Like, come on, guys. And then we already talked about Wild Wolf Patrol.
Yep. I'll give it a middle finger here. There you go. All right. Well, so there we go. We've gotten through the Planeswalker deck nonsense.
The obligatory Planeswalker decks. Do you think at any point anyone would want to buy any one of these Planeswalker decks at some point?
I will say this. Because they're not in legal sets, it makes it very difficult to buy them individually and have anything that's worth it. I saw the deck list for Chandra. It's typical standard burn. The deck list for the Liliana was a bit lackluster too.
Yeah.
You didn't get the value. Like in other ones, we've gotten a little bit of value to go along with it, and like either Hallow Fountain in the lands and like from Ikoria. I just don't think that if I'd rather just get the individual cards in them.
Yeah.
But if you're new to the game, of course, always support and get your foot in the door. It's a great way to start.
Yeah, so now we're going to go over mainly the mythics and rares, and maybe some interesting cards here and there of the main set, the main attraction, the good stuff.
Let's get to the fun. We're going to try and kind of like rapid fire through these because, I mean, you guys don't want to hear us talk about this for 3 hours. We tried to record this before, and it ended up being 3 hours, and we still weren't done.
We didn't even make it past the monocolors either.
It was disappointing. All right, yeah, we're gonna try and keep this on track. But let's get to the actual Basri cats. Yep. And this one being 3 mana, which, all right, good mana cost. 3 mana, 3 loyalty. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, and it gains indestructible until end of turn. Now,
that's better.
Yeah, I already like that. That gives them protection. That's what the other one did not give.
It just gives vigilance, which other stuff can do that.
There's plenty of removal. We need something on the board to make sure that we protect it, especially at 3 loyalty. All right, so the -2. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Now that is that's very nice. There is I believe it was Mardu Ascendancy that gave you 1/1 goblins whenever you attacked with a creature.
Yeah.
And I like this on a planeswalker. It's
a nice little bonus.
Yes, this definitely gives us some protection. And except for the fact that they're tapped and attacking, I hope that you're going to have to figure out some way to protect yourself still afterwards, but not bad. All right, and the -6. So you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So it is Cathar's Crusade when it triggers.
Yeah.
I like it.
Really, personally, I like Basri. He's a decent planeswalker. He's not that, he's got some decent stuff to him, especially for white.
Yes. The white weenie deck can really use him.
Yeah. So now we're going to go ahead and take it over to the good Teferi.
Yes, we'll do Teferi, the Master of Time. So this nonsense is 4 mana, 3 loyalty. So we're going to get right into this shit. So +1, draw a card, then discard a card.
Whoa. Before the pluses and minuses, we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
I was gonna leave that for last because
Okay. Let's get into his plus and minuses then. You draw a card, discard a card. Yeah. Typical good draw.
Not bad. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. Now
boom.
it'll kill your walker, but you just get rid of it altogether. Cool.
Yep, exactly.
-10, take 2 extra turns after this one.
Ooh. Spicy.
Oh. Which so I think that's time stretch. Now, the reason I wanted to leave that last part for last is because you may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time on any player's turn, any time you could cast an instant.
So I think the way it's worded, it could possibly be it's still that once per turn, but it's once on any player's turn and at instant speed.
Yeah. So
that's why his -3 is awesome, because you can plus on your turn and then minus on someone else's turn.
And it makes that -10 honestly not unreasonable.
Very not unreasonable. Like, holy crap. There's so much you can say about him. You can't there's so much to say about Teferi, but
yeah, I'm gonna need I'm going to be playing him. He will be a part of Standard. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, I really do. He's going to be a good option for control decks, and really.
Now, how does he?
Lord.
How do you think he stacks up next to Teferi Time Raffler at 3 mana?
I think he's worth it.
Yeah, I think he might honestly be a little better just because that
instant speed activation of his abilities.
Yeah, it really gives you options. It gives you full protection. I can't say anything bad about this thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a chaser card for sure.
Nasty, of course. All right, so let's move it on from him. We'll go to the actual Liliana Waker of the Dead. 4 mana, 4 loyalty. Yep. I love the gloves. She doesn't need to show no skin. All she gotta do is win. All right. That was terrible.
You know what? +1. Each player discards a card. Each opponent who can't loses 3 life.
Yeah, it's the same as the old Liliana, except that they also lose 3 life if they can't, which is just an upgrade on Liliana. What's the super expensive one? Why can't I think of her name? Liliana the Veil. There we go.
Yep. Yeah.
-3, target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. Now, that is actually going to be really good in a Liliana style deck.
Yeah.
Off the kill spells. There's a lot of cards going in the graveyards these days.
Yeah.
Uros and whatnot. So cool. And the -7, you get an emblem with at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and it gains haste. My God.
That's a creature from a graveyard. Target creature from a graveyard.
Yeah. I love it. That's gonna be super
You make
powerful.
everybody discard their creatures, and then you take them.
That's what you expect out of a game ender, out of a ultimate. So, and it's an emblem, so it'll stay forever. That's not bad.
Cool. We need to remove target emblem already.
Yeah, that is going to be inevitable, honestly. We'll see what happens. All right, so cool. Let's see the next Chandra, Heart of Fire. It's 3 and 2 red for a 5 loyalty. I really like that she's been getting 5 loyalty consistently. So +1, discard your hand, then exile the top 3 cards of your library. Until end of turn, you may play cards exiled this way. Okay. Now, you can do it on the first turn you bring her in. That's why they also give her another +1. And Chandra Heart of Chandra Heart of Fire deals 2 damage to any target. See, it gives itself protection first, and then you do the +1.
And then you could do ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah, you can do that, and you'll have the mana available to play the cards you exile this way with the other one. That's cool.
Yeah. My God.
And then -9, which is this is a good reason why they gave her 2 +1s. So search your library and graveyard for any number of red instant or sorcery cards, exile them, then shuffle your library. You may cast them this turn, and you add 6 red mana.
What? Oh my! I don't remember the add 6 mana part. Add 6 red part. What the?
Yeah, that gives. So you look at typical burn. You can go shock. Lightning bolt. All 4 lightning bolts and 2 what's it called? The helixes The 3-mana helixes. Lightning Helix, there we go. Lightning Helix, yeah. And that's kill. Lord. You kill them straight up. So with that, you only need an additional 2 white in order to pull that off.
Oh, Lord. So good.
Guaranteed kill. I really like Chandra.
I think she could be good in Standard, too. Just like as a top end for those mono red deck wins decks.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about this in a second, but 6 mana, just saying, you do not have to use that on the instants and sorceries.
Oh, God.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that interaction in a second.
Oh, God. We got Garruk unleashed. He's back. He's not cursed. He's unleashed, boy.
He's on the block for loyalty. Big boy here. So +1, up to 1 target creature gets +3/+3 and trample. Now, very nice.
It's a 1 creature overrun.
It's very solid. This is
what we needed.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we needed out of Garruk. This is what we expect.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially this -2. Bringing the beasts out, create a 3/3 green beast creature. Then if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on Garruk. So it basically turns it from a -2 ability into a -1 if they control more creatures. Which I like it, and gets you towards this -7 much quicker. So, and giving you the protection. So you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, you may search your library for a creature card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library.
Ooh.
So there's a lot of, I mean, if you look at Commander, you have literally an infinite number of targets that could feasibly end the game as soon as you search it up.
Yeah, but my only problem is it's at the end step. So it's like I can't use this to get out Crater Hoof.
Very true, very true. I will say this does trigger before the end of your turn that you use it on. So it does give you that ability to grab, even if it's something like Stonehorn Dignitary at first, so that they can't attack you. You so many end of the battlefield triggers.
Yeah,
you have, what's it called, that destroys lands. You have Acidic Slime. I'm going to put it in Rune of the Hidden Realms. I'll be straight up with you. This will happen.
Oh God.
Going down. Oh, fun stuff. All right.
Speaking of fun stuff,
actually, before we do have one more Planeswalker to talk about.
We do?
We do. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Reprint.
Ugin, the Spirit Dragon.
Yeah, big boy is here.
Reprint dough.
From what was that
price down?
Yeah, what was that Tarkir?
That was Dragons. Wait.
Yeah, Dragon's Maze.
Fate Reforged. I think Ugin was Fate Reforged.
No, you are correct. Yes, it was Fate Reforged. I have the card too, and I should remember this.
You should know this.
All right, I didn't sleep. I was watching My Hero Academia all night.
It's okay.
My back.
It happens.
So, I mean, we'll briefly go over it. I will say I love the new art too.
Yeah, that's a good altar. That is a nice altar there.
Beautiful.
That's probably going to cost a shit ton more, but
just believe I'm going to get it. But 8 mana, 7 loyalty, +2, 3 damage to target creature or player.
Boom.
Bravo. Yep. That's stupid strong.
Has always been stupid strong.
Yep. minus X, exile each permanent card with converted mana cost X or less as one or more colors. Yep. So this is why it's played in Tron. It's the perfect removal.
Tron. It just, oh my god.
Yeah, you played Modern. You know this. You know what Ugin does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that minus 10. You gain X. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and put 7 cards into your hand on the battlefield. Ugh. Just
the opposite of Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, this just makes me vomit. It just makes me vomit, man.
Especially because you could get to that so easily. Like,
hey, I don't know if you've done it, if you've seen it yet, but Painter's Servant with Ugin actually really, really hurts because it makes all of your lands a color.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yep.
Pay minus 0.
Yep.
Oh no! I think we're gonna leave it at that. Ugin, the legend, the myth, the dragon, the myth, the legend, just being reprinted, going under $30 for now.
It's going to be a monster.
I wouldn't be surprised if the price went right back up again, just from it being used in standard again.
Yeah, it's going to be a chase card, and I will be chasing it.
Oh, definitely.
I'm not even going to pretend.
If I can get a box of this, that's what I'm going for.
I'm going to get a box. I'm going to buy a lot of this set. I'm not even going to pretend. There's too much good stuff, and we have not enough time.
Yeah, for any format.
Seriously.
So we're gonna. Speaking of returns.
Yeah, we're gonna fly through this. Mangara the Diplomat. It's not the old Mangara. The old Mangara was super cheap and exile, but this is a solid card for white. The 2/4 life linker. Human cleric. So and whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you or planeswalkers you control, draw a card. And then whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, also draw a card.
Yeah, white has needed this kind of draw power for a minute.
Yes.
I think it could be good in standard too. Like, I'm thinking of a commander deck that's like Death and Taxes kind of thing. Or hell, just put this in Death and Taxes too. Like,
this will see some play. I like it at 4 mana. I like the life link. I like that it does everything that white is supposed to do.
Yeah.
I have nothing but compliments about this card. Great.
It is just and as you guys will see, white is getting a lot of good stuff that it needs right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go through from creatures to instants and sorceries to enchantments to artifacts to lands. But I will say consistently, white actually got some good stuff this time around. Some good reprints as well. So let's get to the next creature we're going to cover and head over to green and look at the big boy named Elder Gargaroth.
Boom, Elder Gargaroth. Already 5 mana for a 6/6 with Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. That's already good by itself.
And
but it has something better.
Yep. So whenever it attacks or blocks, you get to choose one of these effects to do. You get to create a 3/3 green beast creature. You get to gain 3 life, or you get to draw a card.
Right now, this is going into my L deck. Automatically. This is just straight up going into my L.
Honestly, do you think it's just a straight up green standard creature now? Like in Commander? Like, do you think it's just going to be a creature that should be in every deck? Because it does just seem that good.
I think if not every deck, a majority, like any green deck that's going to use big ass creatures like that as a payoff is definitely going to, it's no Crater Hoof, but it is a good utility because it already has the Vigilance Reach Trample, which is already good because you can block flyers and still be able to attack with it on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then just when it attacks or blocks, you do one of those three things.
Yeah,
and no matter what you do, it's value.
Mm-hmm. And with that vigilance, it will be able to do both without a problem.
Exactly. And it's a big body for 5 at 6/6. So it's not going to die. Well, unless it's blocking an 8/8 or something. But still, like
this is definitely a amazing creature of 5 mana. And
yeah,
Questing Beast a couple of sets before and Throne of Eldraine. This is definitely countering that in power. Just doesn't have the haste like it, but this is just
but still, it's just as good. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, let's go to the next creature. We're going to get into Baneslayer Angel.
That reprint.
Yep, great reprint. 5 mana, 5/5, flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from demons and from dragons.
Boom.
I mean, Kalia made this thing famous, and it's going to be just as good forever. I don't think this is ever going to change.
Well, you know what's funny to me, real quick? The fact that Kalia is getting reprinted in Double Masters, and this is being reprinted in Core Set 2021.
I hadn't even made that connection. Oh my God! Yeah, they're bringing. They're bringing it for everybody. So all the degenerate like if you really hated Kalia, like playing Commander,
it's cheaper to make it. It's going to be less expensive to make the deck now, where I might consider it. And I'm not a degenerate person.
You're an actual good person, and you're still going to do this. And
well, I'm not going to. It's a temptation just because of how. Well, it depends on if Double Masters does bring Kalia's price down or not.
Yeah,
but,
this is. I mean, fantastic. I can't say anything like I'm not going to use it. I will.
Yeah.
And I mean, they even give you another dragon in this set to use with Kalia as well.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and make that
5/5.
Yep.
Baneslayer Angel might go into my L actually if I can get it.
It might go. Honestly, red will use this card. It is Terror of the Peaks. The 5 mana, 5/4 with flying. Spells your opponent's cast that target it cost an additional 3 life to cast. So automatic bolt back.
I'm gonna get rid of it with my kill spell. Well, you're gonna bolt yourself before you do.
It's like, ow! Stop hitting me! Stop hitting myself. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target.
Wow!
Oh my God! So Warstorm Surge that protects itself at 5 mana.
Yeah, it's a better Warstorm Surge on legs. It's definitely. Oh my God! So much of this set is going into my Mael deck, isn't it?
It's getting upgrades. It's getting upgrades.
Oh my God! I need to buy 2 boxes.
Yeah,
maybe not 2, but a box and a bundle for sure.
I mean, for Gruul and Commander, this will be amazing. A great way to protect your to protect itself. I really like that 3 damage back to you. We have a lot of damage dealing effects coming out of red. The Chandras. There can be a lot of just very, very solid this time around.
And it could be a decent top end for standard, I don't know for standard.
We'll see if it makes it to standard. 5 mana is going to be hard and red.
But that new Chandra though.
Yeah, we will see. We will see indeed. All right, let's talk about the other creature here. We have Massacre Worm, which I was not expecting this reprint either.
Like, what? Why?
Why? Seriously.
It's smiling at us. Like, hey, I'm back. What's up, guys?
So pretty.
I'm standard legal.
When it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent's control get -2/-2 until end of turn. And then whenever an opponent's creature dies, that player loses 2 life. That is just, just power. And I don't know why they brought it back. We'll see.
So
very, very nice. I can't say much of anything about it. It's just a good set. This is a great set.
It really is.
Yeah, they even give us a bit of weird little combo in the last mythic creature we talked about is Ren and Seri. We get a dog and a cat.
Dog, cat. And we have a new creature type with dogs.
Cat dog. The only word of the cat dog. Yeah, I can't help but do it. All right.
No, it really is. So 1 and Naya colors for a 4/4. Whenever you cast a dog, create a 1/1 green cat. Whenever you cast a cat, create a 1/1 white dog. You tap Naya and tap it. It deals damage to any target equals the number of dogs you control. You gain life equal to the number of cats you control.
Yeah, in Naya, this will be, honestly, I wish it was a 5/5 so it could go into my L too. This would be actually great.
Yeah, just make cats and dogs. Just have like some slight cat and dog creation in the deck.
It's raining. I mean, this is actually a good creature at 4/4. Yeah.
If I don't make a commander deck based off this, I'll definitely make a standard deck using this as like its centerpiece.
Yeah, I honestly, in standard, you could do just a straight up cat and dog deck right now, or
one or the other if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you get power either way, and then in addition, even if you ran it as straight creatures, this would make that Umori the Collector a great companion that you could still play for no problem in this deck.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. It's an awesome card.
So for sure. All right, so let's move on from the creatures of Mythic, and we will get into the instants and sorceries. So let's talk about discontinuity. As long as it's your turn, this spell costs 2 and 2 blue less to cast.
I saw this.
6 mana to originally cast. Yep.
Yeah, so you make it a 2 mana, end the turn.
I love it. I love it. The combo potential for this card is ridiculous.
So, are there a lot of cards in standard right now that penalize you for whatever during your end step?
Yeah, there's some cards that will make you return it to your hand at your end step. Hell, even with something like Ilharg returns the creature, or you return it to your hand at your end step. Instead, you just put it out there with this attack trigger, and it will stay. You can just end the turn right afterwards.
Yeah, because you're not going to the end phase. You're just ending the turn. You're just getting rid of anything that's on the stack, and you're just any sort of end of turn effects or this turn effects are just gone. So it doesn't put you in the end phase or end step. It just ends the turn. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get to the 6 mana, you could stop somebody from doing some ridiculous BS.
Yeah, you could honestly just cast it at the beginning of their turn. Yeah. You don't get to play.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
6 mana time stop, and I get to then take my turn immediately afterwards. I highly doubt that I won't see this in standard. This will exist.
Yeah, no, this will do stuff in standard. Oh god. So let's move on to the next.
The only other one is Grim Tutor.
Grim Tutor,
amazing reprint as well.
Yes.
Search your library for a card and put it in your hand, and you lose 3 life.
For 3. Boom. Simple. Good stuff right there.
Yeah. Not really
where I might be able to have it. Now just do Demonic Tutor, you cowards.
Yeah. So Grim Tutor used to cost $150.
Yeah, right now it went down.
Yeah, it went down dramatically, which fantastic. Oh, but you got to get that alternate art.
Yeah. Oh.
Actually looks super cool.
Oh boy.
I love the blood tone.
This set's gonna get money out of me.
Yeah. This is beautiful, and I'm saving up my wild cards in Arena so I can just buy into this as much as possible.
Oh god. Like even this set so far really is something for everyone. Whether you're a new player, whether you're just doing standard, whether you're doing eternal formats, this really is something for everybody, and I love it. So, what's the next category that we're doing for mythics? Are there any other mythics?
Yep, we have enchantments that we're doing. So we're already on one right here, and it is actually the card that I was talking about earlier with Chandra, Fiery Emancipation. So if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage?
What?
Why?
We've seen double damage. We've seen double damage consistently on cards, but we've never, on enchantments, creatures, so on and so forth, we've never seen triple.
Yeah, there's a reason for this. This stacks as well with other damage doublers. So
you double then triple, or triple then double.
You have
and plus Torbrand.
Yeah, I was gonna say in standard. Torbrand exists, and he deals 2 damage. So you will automatically deal 4 damage on top of whatever other damage you're dealing.
I feel like Red Commander is going to highly benefit from this.
Yeah, Red Commander is going to probably dominate from this. Red got a super power boost this set as well. Red and White, honestly, I think were the biggest winners out of this set.
Yeah. And just White needed it. Why did you do it to Red? Like, I love Red, don't get me wrong, but this wasn't the boost.
Yeah, this was not what I had in mind at all. It's
and
going
like
to break.
It has a good interaction with the new Chandra because she produces 6 mana with her ultimate.
And
so you can use her ultimate to cast it.
Yep, and then you still have all of your open mana to cast whatever burn spells, and you will win the game at that point.
Yeah, that's just
like, good lord. All right, so there is one more mythic in this set, and it is an artifact.
Oh yeah, Chromatic Orrery.
Yep, 7 mana. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color.
Already good.
Yep, that's Chromatic or Chromatic Lantern in Commander, if you know. You tap and you add 5 mana with it. Or you can pay 5 and tap it to draw a card for each color among permanents you control.
Automatically, I think this is going to go in 5-color commanders, just because you can draw 5 cards off of that 5 mana. Like, and most 5-color decks that can use this are using stuff like Chromatic Lantern and whatever else, so they can get to these high amounts of mana very quickly.
Yeah, and with that other part, that 5 mana is literally 5 mana of any color. So you'll be able to.
Oh, I didn't make that connection.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I just realized that because of its static ability. Oh.
That makes it much better, doesn't it?
Oh my god, dude! Oh my what? Oh my god!
5 mana. This will for sure only be for Commander.
Yeah, no, standard. I don't see standard using this at all.
Yeah, Commander Bomb.
Oh my god, maybe I don't know if Modern or Legacy would bother.
Yeah,
Pioneer probably wouldn't either. Man. Oh Lord, but this is.
I like it. All right, so let's we're dropping down the rarities now. We finished all of the mythics, so let's get into these the just straight up rares. And we'll start off with the creatures again. We're gonna have to kind of like fire through these. I'll let you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, pause real quick.
All right, so now we're just gonna kind of rapid fire through a majority of the rares of the set.
Yeah, we're gonna just go down the list because we got a lot of them, and I want to try and hit all of them. So let's start off with the newest card. They reprint, well, not a reprint, but an old creature, Baron Tolarian Archmage. It's 1 and 2 blue with a 2/2. And when it enters the battlefield, you may return up to one other target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. And at the end step, if a permanent was put into your hand from the battlefield this turn, you draw a card. So mono blue bounces back to your hand. This ETB triggers all day. Planeswalker triggers all day. Planeswalker protection at that. That's super important.
Yeah, you can give him flash very easily to do that to save your walkers. You know.
Yeah, he's going to be a good commander, and I think you should make it. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, and we have the reprint here of. Azusa. I never thought this was going to happen in standard. Azusa Lost but Seeking. Yep. 3 mana.
Additional 2 lands.
Because Uro wasn't enough, and Growth Spiral wasn't enough, and Dryad of the Ilsean Grove wasn't enough. He can drop so many lands on a turn now.
Are lands even? Is the one? Should they even have the land drop limit anymore at this point?
Honestly, it doesn't matter because you're going to empty your hand out so often with this, and
standard's going to use it a lot. I know for sure. I might try to make a deck using her if I can get a hand on her in Arena. You know, of course any other format that can fit her is just going to be ridiculous.
She's already played in Modern. She will always have a home, and she will actually get a price drop, which will be very nice. So let's go ahead and go on to the next layer. We have Basri's Lieutenant. It's a 3 and a white for a 3/4 with vigilance and protection from multicolored. When when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And whenever it or another creature you control dies, if it had a counter on it, create a 2/2 white knight with vigilance.
Good protection for white, good utility at 4. Like we mentioned earlier, white is getting a huge boost in this set, which it desperately needs. I think with this card alone, along with a couple others, mono white weenies can be possible in standard again.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second, the next one, but
yeah,
that's going to be really nice. And I like that protection from multicolor. Very strong.
Yes. Evolution, mutate.
Teferi protection. Time Raveler Teferi.
Oh, Lord. Just, anyway.
Yeah, moving on. So we have Ghostly Pilferer at 1 in the blue. It's a 2/1 spirit. And whenever it becomes untapped, you may pay 2. And if you do, draw a card. And whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a card. And then you discard a card. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Discard a card and it can't be blocked. Like,
this is just a decent card, period.
Yeah. At 2 mana, it does great things. Oh, and a rogue at that. I can't forget about the rogue tribe.
Yeah, because that's going to be relevant in a few.
Sure. All right. So now we have Demonic Embrace at 3 mana. It's an enchantment, enchant creature, and it gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. And you can cast it from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to this.
I think I know why Baneslayer Angel came back.
Yep. Yeah. I will be turning creatures into demons. There's a lot of this boosts up the mutate mechanic as well, because you can now mutate and not have to worry about your creature just being gone altogether.
Yeah. And you could put it on a human and mutate it. Oh, wait, in addition to it. Damn it.
Yeah, it still is. Oh, well.
My dream of mutating humans is over.
All right, let's move on to Brash Taunter.
Brash Taunter. This confused the hell out of me as a card.
So we have a card that exists already. This is essentially Stuffy Doll.
Yeah, it straight up is.
Indestructible, 5 mana, 1/1. And whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to the opponent. Yeah, it's going to last. It's going to be strong. And you can pay 3 mana. The one this has an advantage on is that you can pay 3 mana and tap it to have it fight another target creature.
Yeah. So automatically, you could just have this fight that big-ass 10/10 and just slam somebody in the face for 10.
With Colossification, it just kills the opponent, deals 20.
Yeah.
But
I could see this being, I could make a deck around this.
And the key is that it says fight another target creature, so that can be your creatures as well too.
Yeah, you really can. Oh damn.
See, I watch out for the jank combos. All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the last one here. We have a Feline Sovereign.
Feline Sovereign.
Other cats you control. Yep. Cat Lord gets +1/+1 and has protection from dogs. And then whenever one or more cats you control deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Yeah, cat tribal is going to be a thing, and I like it. This will be fun.
This will be a cool card. I love that it has protection from dogs too, just in case you go up against someone else that's using a dog-cat deck as well.
Dogs beg, cats lay claim.
There you go. Says it all right there.
Great flavor text. All right, let's move.
And speaking of white protection, we have the reprint of Containment Priest.
Yep, this is what we're talking about. 1 in a white flash. If a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead.
Boom. No more cheating stuff out for you.
This came from, I believe it was either Commander 14 or 15.
It was 14 because that was the monocolor.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
this will be great for Commander. It's a great reprint. Standard. I don't know. I don't know how well we'll do in Standard, but we'll see.
Yeah, it depends on how many cards are trying to not cast themselves to get out. But I mean, we'll see.
All right, so we have the next card is Pursued Whale. It's 5 and 2 blue. It's an 8/8. And when it enters the battlefield, each opponent creates a 1/1 red pirate that can't block and attacks each combat. And then spells the opponent's cast, they target it, it costs 3 more to cast. So, flavored win is Moby Dick.
Yeah, it's just Moby Dick with Ahab and his crew.
Flavor 100% win. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know how many decks would use it. Well, I mean, outside of your tribal deck with whales, leviathans, and such, but
yeah, that's it. And I don't even care if it gets used. It's needed to exist.
Yeah,
all right.
I like cards like this, but the black card in this row,
Hooded Blightfang. 1/4 snake. Snakes are back. So we have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. So
Death Touch tribal.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking. It can be done.
Especially with all the cards from Ikoria that give Death Touch counters.
Mm-hmm. We have Death Touch counters. We can mutate onto it. Vampire of the Dire Moon is great. It'll definitely. I think that's going to be a deck.
Yeah, right. I think it could be a good deck. Chandra's Incinerator.
This up, we got Incinerator. Yep, 6 mana, 6/6, but it costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent's this turn. So it can be a 1-drop if you deal 6 damage. With Fiery Emancipation, 1 shock will be 6 damage.
Yeah, or if you're going outside of standard, just 2 lightning bolts. And then it has trample, which is nice for a 6/6. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls.
Yeah, this is
burn everything.
Again, red got a ton of burn power, and I feel like they're trying to make red more top heavy rather than fast, which I'm with. I mean, you'll be able to kill people in 1 turn with these cards. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You can make it slightly more top heavy and give mono red mid range instead of just being the low cost deck.
Exactly. Fantastic.
So could be interesting. Could be interesting. This next card.
So Garruk's Harbinger, 3 mana, 4/3, hexproof from black. Okay.
You can't be targeted by black.
Yeah. When it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards at the top of your library. You may reveal a creature card or Garruk planeswalker card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in the random order.
See, planeswalker decks, this is what you need. More stuff like this. Except my only complaint is either you didn't give it trample and you didn't give it protection from black.
Yeah. Which the protection from black, hexproof from black and protection are 2 very different things.
Yeah.
And you will tell the difference.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it could be a decent whatever for green decks or whatever else.
All right, moving right along, we have Glorious Anthem. Enchantment, 3 mana, creatures you control get +1/+1. Simple. Great pump. Not much to say
for
about
white
it.
Weenies. Yeah, really, just a good anthem. Okay.
Lame. So moving on, See the Truth. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Yep, this is just a better Anticipate. So, and if you can copy the spell, it will give you that copies and all those cards along with it. So this will be good. This will be played. I like it.
I think blue will be able to do stuff with it for sure.
Good for Commander. All right,
a new Karavek. He was the last creature I was expecting to get a new card.
Yeah, I did not see this coming And he's the opposite of Glorious Anthem. 4 mana, 3/2. Yeah. Other creatures get -1/-1. Now that does say your creatures as well too.
But I don't care.
Exactly.
If I put this in my mono black deck, it'll kill them, and then I'll get those triggers.
I mean, Cauldron Familiar, you'll be able to just bring it back.
Exactly. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Well, you have to produce food, but yeah, but no, this could be a funny card, even in standard, I think.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's gonna be fun.
All right, the next one is very, very interesting. Conspicuous Snoop. 2 red for a 2/2. You play with the top card of your library revealed. You can cast goblins from the top of your deck. As long as the top of your deck is a goblin, it has all activated abilities of that goblin.
Yep. You have this will be comboed. There's modern combo goblins. You'll have the combos really well with Krenko. And it combos really well with Kiki Jiki.
Kiki Jiki. Yeah, because you could just copy, and then each copy will just be a copy of this card, and you can just keep doing it. Just find a way to untap them all, and you'll be golden.
Go infinite, you can go on forever. Disgusting. They'll all come in tapped, but it's disgusting.
But oh well.
Or they'll or not come in tapped, but they will be tapped.
Yeah, to make more tokens. But yeah, and I think you could make a deck in standard with this.
Oh yeah.
Because you got 10 Street Dodger, you got cards like that in standard, so could be funny.
It'll be disgusting. All right, so Heroic Intervention.
Reprint,
we have the
awesome reprint.
Yep. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. It's funny that they kept the Ajani. I thought they would have changed the art with them bringing back the Heroic Intervention, but you know, I'm glad to see that he's still out here.
He's still repping these streets. You know what I mean? Not much to say about Heroic Intervention. It's an awesome card. I mean, you could splash it into a Mega Selesnya deck and give it that much better protection.
Oh yeah, and it works. It'll be great. It'll be great in Commander as well. It's great protection. Everything can use that hexproof and indestructible. It'll be
exactly.
Fine.
Good
All
stuff.
right. So now we have Idol of Endurance. When it enters the battlefield, you exile all creature cards with cost 3 or less from your graveyard until it leaves the battlefield, and then you can pay 1 and a white and tap it, and until end of turn, you may cast a creature spell from among the cards exiled with this way without paying its mana cost. So, Loris, you'll be able to bring back.
Yes.
This will be great for white weenies. I think this will be fine. Yeah. It needs a recursion.
And plus, you can exile those creatures before someone else exiles your graveyard for you.
Exactly.
And have them be useful, you know. And yeah, I could see this being used in white weenies. It definitely is a good, if not a good main board option, a good sideboard option.
Mm-hmm.
You
know? It'll find a home.
Yeah, good recursion.
All right.
We got Shacklegeist.
Shacklegeist, flying, 2 mana, 2/2, and they can only block creatures with flying. But you can also tap 2 untapped creatures, spirits you control, not creatures. And you can tap target creature you don't control.
This is why I want Spirit Tribal again, like we did in Dark Ascension.
There is a modern deck that is Spirit Tribal. We have had a lot of spirits in there, and this will definitely be in that deck. That deck definitely needs that control. So I feel like this will be just fine. All right.
Yeah.
So
Liliana's Standard Bearer.
3 mana flash for a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn.
Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Yeah, that's really damn good, actually.
Give you the ability to come back after a board wipe.
Yep. And it has flash, so it's it's good for that as a solid body.
It'll help the mutate decks, especially since it's a zombie knight and not a human. So,
oh yeah, you can mutate onto it.
We it'll find a home. It'll be good. So the next card have double vision.
It got me seeing double vision.
I've been waiting for that.
I will do it all the time, no matter what.
All right. So whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery, you copy it. Calamex is in Commander, just released.
Yep.
And it copies the first one you play. This will go in that deck as well. This will definitely be seen in Red Commander over Standard.
Oh yes, a lot of instant sorcery. Is it mono red? And the Calamex deck, like you said, will definitely make good use of this.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so next we have Joriel, Volley Recluse, old creature. I mean, an old person from I believe it was
Magic history.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what set that was.
I can't recall.
It'll come to me later. But anyways,
but she's a good queen.
And she is good to her animals, not to people. So whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 2/2 green cat creature. Now that's nice. I like that. And 6 mana. Until end of turn, creatures you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Now,
wow.
Yeah, I really like her. She draws you cards, or she benefits you if you draw extra cards in your deck. Run it in blue-green.
You can even make a decent mono green commander deck with her.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of draw. Yeah, there's plenty of draw in green now to make it work.
Yeah, so keep that in mind, folks.
For show. Oh
we
my
got
god,
9 lives. What the heck is this?
This is hilarious. We have Mufasa out there, 3 mana.
I was just thinking that this house cat is invoking Mufasa.
Hilarious.
Anyway, 3 mana enchantment hexproof. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters, exile it. When it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. What? Wait, what?
So you have 9 lives left.
Oh my god, no!
I will say this combos with Solemnity. Solemnity makes it so you cannot get any counters. So this will always be able to prevent damage. Yep. And
holy crap! Oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. But
yeah, this will have a very specific home, but it will have a home.
Oh my god, you got Kemba in the bottom left, in the bottom right corner. You got Kemba.
Oh yeah, it's all the cats from the history, I think. I'm pretty sure that's Kahira.
Yeah, that's Kahira. Jedit and Miri.
Oh, Jareth, yeah. Oh, okay.
Jareth, yeah, Jedit, but yeah, all the good cats about. Oh yeah, and then okay. Anyway, Stormwind entity.
Yeah, you gotta get through this. Let's see. Elemental 3/3. It costs 2 less to cast if you cast an instant or sorcery. Flying prowess and scries 2. So I know I've said it really quick, but this is essentially going to be if you cast an opt, it'll be 3 mana. And you get the scry 2, flying prowess. This is a solid creature. It'll be just fine.
Yeah, it really is a good creature for any sort of instant sorcery deck. I think Standard could make a good use of it because it would make it a 2-costing card.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. It'll definitely be played. I'm definitely going to play it.
So let's go Necromentia.
Yep. So choose a card name other than basic land. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, or library for any number of cards of that name and exile them. And they get 2/2 zombies in the place. So essentially,
instead of drawing cards, instead of gaining life, you're just giving them zombies that you can kill.
Yep. Lost Legacy does this. There's been a lot of cards that do this effect, but I like the 2/2 zombies instead. That actually can be worked with. All right, so Gadrick, the Crown Scourge, is a 3 mana 5/4. It's another dragon. And it can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn.
Oh Lord!
So you can't stack creatures to it, but if you're already running a sacrifice style deck, you can absolutely make this work. You just have to have you have to have the artifacts to make it work, though. That's the key.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, like you just kill whatever, then you make the make treasure tokens, and there you go.
You can get there. Cool.
And food tokens.
Yeah, food tokens will work as well.
Anyway, Primal Might.
All right, Primal Might. Target creature gets +X until end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. It's a good pump spell. I just don't see it getting much play. It doesn't give trample, which is a bummer. Yeah.
That's a big bummer.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on that. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. Leader, dog, lord.
The dogs get some love. Other dogs you control get +1/+1, and when it attacks, prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to dogs you control.
Good stuff.
Good card.
Yeah.
I like that we're getting so many dogs. All right, Sublime Epiphany. It's 4 and 2 blue. It's an instant. You choose 1 or more abilities. Counter target spell, counter target activated or triggered ability, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, create a token that's the top of target creature you control, or draw a card. So
I mean, what's there to say about this? It's just good.
It's just a whole lot of cryptic commands.
Yeah, except you could do all of them.
All the cryptics.
So there you go.
6 mana. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Peer into the abyss. Target player draw cards equal to half the number of cards in the library and loses half their life. Round up each time.
Definitely not standard played, but this is good for a mill deck.
This will be this will. I don't know how this is going to end up even like feasibly working. That's a lot of cards drawn. Then you gotta have to count out half of your. You're gonna have to count it out if you're playing Paper Magic. Letting you know now, it's gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
All right, Subira, Tulzidi Caravaner, 3 mana 2/3 with haste. Tap 1. Another target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked. And then pay 1 in the red and discard your hand. And until end of your turn, whatever creature you control with power less deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So you can give it unblockable. You can, yeah, I like it.
We have Ginger Brew. You can do that very easily.
Yeah, we have a lot of things that can get through with unblockable. This will be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
The reprint of Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, wild. Another card I didn't think was going to get reprinted.
Just why?
Yeah, very much needed though. Uro, get rid of it. Garuda, get rid of the target, whatever Garuda tries to target.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, standard will use it.
And then the reprint of Ruined Halo. Yep. So yeah, more protection for white.
Choose the card name, has protection from the chosen card. Nice.
There you go. Good sideboard card.
All right, Teferi's Ageless Insight, legendary enchantment. If you would draw a card except the first one you draw in each of your draw steps, you draw 2 cards instead.
Cycling Commander, the new one, Gabby Nestwarden, will make good use of this.
Yeah, this benefits you for any extra cards you draw. You opt, draw 2. You Growth Spiral, you draw 2. You Teferi, you draw 2.
Good card.
Great card.
All right. So we got Thieves Guild Enforcer, which is why we mentioned the Rogue earlier.
It's a human rogue this time.
Yeah.
So whenever it or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2 cards. I wanted to talk about this mainly because of that specific mill. This is the first time they're talking about milling it.
So for people who may not be as familiar, mill has been a common term that was created because of the card Millstone. And mill is basically whenever you put whatever cards from the top of your deck into your graveyard. And we've been using it in the community for so long that it's just become secondhand nature. And Wizards of the Coast is finally making it just a keyword now.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is actually pretty
This is very much appreciated. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like that they're doing that. Oh, and as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard, it gets 2/2/1 in Death Touch. So Rogue Tribal.
3/2 Death Touch with Flash. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all.
All right, so Transmogrify.
It's a red.
Yeah, red polymorph. Simple. I didn't think that red needed it, but I'm glad it does.
I'm glad that red gets to join the fun.
Honestly, red could actually really use it because red tokens, and then you just turn those tokens into something like an Ilharg or something
especially goblins. Yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty of dragons. You have this will definitely see some play. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's a funny card. Then we got Spore Web Weaver.
Reach hexproof from blue.
Oh boy. And whenever it's dealt damage, oh yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. Whenever it's dealt damage, you gain a life and create a 1/1 Saproling. So that's pretty cool. But hexproof from blue. We had hexproof from black earlier. So
and both green creatures at that.
Yep. Yeah.
So this is gonna be a thing apparently. All right.
Instead of protection.
I'm cool with it. So
the last
next card
here.
We have Speaker of the Heavens. So 1 mana, 1/1 Vigilance Lifelink. And you can tap it to create a 4/4 angel with flying. If you have 7 more life than your starting life total. So
and you can only do it at sorcery speed, but
27 life for standard,
game.
47 life for commander.
Yeah.
It can be done though.
No, it can. Very easily, especially in mono white life game. Just lifelink a bunch and there you go.
For Angel, not bad, especially for being a 1-drop. Okay, so Vito Thorn of the Dusk Rose.
Vito?
Hey, it's Vito.
It's Vito. Gonna fuck your shit up. Speaking of life gain.
Yep. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Good lord.
You can tap 5 to give your creatures lifelink.
Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond is already a combo in Commander, and this is literally just that combo. So
this is literally just continuing that.
There we go. That cool. All right, and last for the monocolored, we have Volcanic Salvo, which is 10 and 2 red, but this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total of power of creatures you control. And it deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and/or planeswalkers.
This could see some potential play.
It can, especially with the Fiery Emancipation earlier. However, remember you got to have the creatures out there to do it, so you're going to be building a very specific deck to be able to put this out to deal that much damage.
Yeah, that's really going to be the only downside to it. But
the fact that it can only deal it to creatures or planeswalkers, it makes it a little harder.
Yeah. So now we're going to get into the multicolors.
And we will start off with Niambi, Esteemed Speaker. She is just Azorius.
Yep.
A lot of black women in this set. I'm with it.
Yeah. We got our queen. We got her. It's awesome. I love it.
A black dog. It's for the culture. It's for the culture. All right.
Teferi is the main blue planeswalker now.
Hmm. I appreciate the representation. All right, so when it enters the battlefield, you may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you gain life equal to that creature's converted mana cost.
What?
So, heck, this works with Baron, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And you could tap one and a white-blue, tap her, discard a legendary, and draw 2 cards.
Okay, I actually didn't even think about that combo. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So, shit.
Keep that in mind. I'm going to come back to this one because that's going to be a whole thing. But Rada.
Shrines.
Yeah,
Rada.
Rada, Heart of Keld. I love the badass stance. She got the 2 swords in her hand.
She's like, come at me, bro. She's always been like that, though.
Oh, yeah. Crazy redheads. As long as it's your turn, Rada has first strike, and you may look at the top card of your library. You may play lands on the top of your library.
And that's at any time. Well, you look at any time, but I don't think you can play.
Yeah, I don't think you can't play lands at any time.
That'd be so good, though. Then you could tap 6. She gets plus X for the number of lands.
Which it'll be good. It'll be cool. I like it. 3 mana, 3/3, and first strike during your turn. It's solid.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right. So we have Maze Mind Tome, the artifact. It is 2 mana, and you can put page counters. So you tap it to put a page counter and scry 1, and then you can pay 2 to put a page counter on it and draw a card. And then when there's 4 more page counters, you exile it and gain 4 life. Which it's cool. Again, I would run this with Solemnity, so you do not have to exile it to gain that 4. You can just always tap it to scry 1 or draw a card.
Yeah.
That's how I play it, at least. Crazy reprint in Solemn Simulacrum. I love the new art.
I missed the sad bot art, though.
I know. This is cool. This is like Kaladesh.
It's badass. Yeah, it's badass, though. I like it. And I mean,
the style. It's a classic. Yep.
Yeah, classic. Just putting it in standard, just dropping it in there. And then we got
Spark Hunter Masticore. This is a cool card. Protection from Planeswalkers on a 3/4 for 3 mana. As an additional cost, you have to discard a card, which is fine. You pay 1 to deal 1 damage to target Planeswalker, pay 3 to give it indestructible until end of turn.
I just gotta say, you can't phase this out with Teferi.
Thank God.
And I love that. I love that they did that.
This will be a great sideboard for to go against those Planeswalker matches. I will say in Arena, all weekend I've been playing nothing but Planeswalker decks again in this new standard. So we'll see how this goes.
And then we got the reprints. Well, we don't have to say much about each of these. So we have the reprints of the Theros temples. These are the enemy colors.
Yep, we had the other colors in the last set. So
yep, from Theros Beyond Death. So we have all 10 of them in standard now, and I like that.
I like it. I will say I also like the art on these new basic lands as well.
Yeah, I like those basic lands. I would. That's almost as good as the full arts from the Zendikar stuff.
I will be getting. I kind of would like to get a set of these.
Yeah, but speaking of land, we do have 2 other rares. We got a new land, Animal Sanctuary.
All the pets. It gives you pets.
Random ass. You can tap it to add 1 colorless, or you can tap 2 and tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake.
What random?
All I'm going to say is why not bears?
Well, I mean, I guess you can't have a pet bear. I would.
Yeah. Well, then again, bear. Wait, is bear a creature type?
Yeah, absolutely. However, I think they are specifically talking about like pets that you could have, because it even says no owners allowed.
No owners allowed. Yeah. And then we got that fabled passage reprint.
Yeah, this was also a really. This was just a reprint for us, pretty much, because it will not affect it rotating at all. As far as it being from Throne of Eldraine, this was pretty much just for us to bring it down, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, that is very much appreciated. I like that a lot.
Hoping I'd be able to see the price. Damn it.
Not yet.
We'll see. Yes. So yeah, we have made it through the rares and mythics from the set. There is one more I did want to talk about, which I did save, because it's going to be a combination of 6 cards we're going to talk about. In the shrines. Sanctum of All is the culmination of the other 5 shrines, which are in the set. They are uncommon. Here, let me see if I can find them on here. God. Tell me if you see one before I do too. There. Yeah. Okay, so they are under the name of Sanctums this time. So we have like the Sanctum of Stone Fangs, which will, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you each opponent loses X life and you gain X life for the number of shrines. The red shrine, the red shrine, you pay 1 and discard a land or shrine, and it deals X damage equal to the number of shrines you have.
Good Lord.
The green shrine adds mana in any one color equal to the number of shrines you have.
And then there's the white one in the same row, yeah.
Tap target creature. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each shrine you control.
So basically a white. Coming in for a white, that's good. Then the blue
Sanctum
one.
of Calm Waters. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of shrines you control, and you discard a card if you do.
Wow. So I like that you discard 1 card after drawing basically like 6.
Exactly. This adds to the whole cycle. So now we have 10 shrines, basic monocolor shrines. In
2 of each color, actually.
Yep. And we have the culmination of all of them, which is basically the Panharmonicon shrine, which will, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine and put it on the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. And if an ability of another shrine triggers while you control 6 or more, it triggers the second time. So once you get to the 6 shrines, you will be able to do all of their effects twice.
I just kind of think, what kind of a deck would you have to make for this? Like, it's
Shrine
a 5-color deck.
It's going to be 5 color shrines.
But like,
if you look in Modern, actually through MTG Goldfish, he actually made a deck using all the shrines. He did it on an Against the Odds where he made Shrine Tribal, and it can be done. It can be done. It's super janky.
So how do you win though? Like, you don't have creatures to attack. You don't really have a win condition. You're just...
They win on their own. Honestly, if you can get the Black Shrine, that's going to lose a ton of life for them in the long run.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That does lose whatever life. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that will kill. The red one can definitely do damage.
Yeah, I'm just like, why did they bring shrines back?
I appreciate that they cater to the jank in my heart.
Yeah. Great. Now I want to make this deck.
There's a lot of decks I'm gonna be making soon. All right, I think. Yeah, I mean, there's been some great reprints, guys. This has honestly gone on forever already, but you guys will definitely, yeah, you guys want to check it out. There's definitely going to be, this is a great set.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the most ridiculous sets I've seen them make in a long time.
It really is, but I love it though, and it like I keep saying, it's catering to everybody. There are some cards that are only for us older players, and some cards that are only for the standard players. But it's all worth investing in, I think.
Yeah.
And this is going to be good.
All right. Yeah. I think we're gonna call it there. This has been real fun.
Too. It really has been.
Yeah, this has been ridiculous, and I can't wait to buy. And we're gonna play for sure.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This is. Oh Lord. I can't wait to when I do get out of the arena to see all of this. But
the show. So I think we're gonna call it there. I will go ahead and leave it at that. This is Rob.
And Zoe.
You can check me out at Forward MTG on YouTube. And Forward Gaming, the number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will be seeing this content soon. I hope you guys take care. I'll be putting this up tonight. I'm not slacking on this one, Zoe.
No, it's all good. It takes time to edit and do whatever, but yeah, we'll call it here and stay safe, everybody. Have fun, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, adios. Take care, Sir Magic.
You too, Forward.